over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Luba, sir. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm so happy that we have our orientation for our first year students. And Mr. Luba, just let me, are you able to see my screen, Mr. Luba?
Yes.
Great.
Yes, I can
great.
see.
Great. Mr. Luba, I didn't want to do a PowerPoint presentation. I said, if you're going to come for first year orientation, I want to show you something and I want to teach you something new. So what you see before you is something called Padlet.com. I've shared the link in the chat. If you click on that link, you will actually go to this web page. And you can also post comments and you can add to this. All right. Now, my task is very simple. All I have to do is talk to you about DUT online. And believe it or not, some of you are already used to working online. You already had a lecture with some of your staff, our staff members. We used MS Teams. And some of you would have went and logged into the Think Learn zone and you would have went and accessed Moodle. Now, if I'm a lecturer, I want to start you off on your research journey. So I went and I searched on the internet, on Google Scholar, and that's homework for you as well. So this is what it says about online. Online learning includes e-learning, blended learning, and online education. Now, if you go to my Padlet and you click on this link at the bottom, that's a hyperlink, it will actually take you to that journal article. And I'm going to ask my fellow staff members to include in their homework that you have to go and access the journal article and read it. Okay, now that's the first bit of homework you have to do. The next bit of homework is you need to access our DUT website. So there's our DUT website. I've got that on my link as well. If I click on that link, it will take me to my website. And if you noticed, Ms. Gonzalez has mentioned the faculty handbook. Now you can find the faculty handbook under the student tab. If I click on the student tab and you surf all the way down to, it says general handbook. If I click on the handbook and out there, I'll find information regarding DUT. Let me go back and I go to the department handbooks. That's where I'll be able to navigate to information systems. And you'll be able to find more information regarding our staff complement and the course complement and what the curriculum is all about. So another bit of homework, go and access the faculty handbook so that you are able to acquaint yourself with what's going on in our department and more importantly, what's going on in terms of the DUT rules and regulations. So I'm going to go back to my Padlet. That's the DUT homepage. Now, some of you mentioned that you are having difficulties with Moodle. If you go to the next web page, which is elearning.dut.ac.za, remember I told you what is online learning all about? E-learning. So if you go to the e-learning web page, we actually have people that are responsible to assist you with your Moodle and your MS Teams. And you may even find answers to your questions. FAQ stands for frequently asked questions. You are first year students. You are no longer high school students. You need to go and look for information and try to solve the problem on your own. And just as my other speakers have mentioned, if you are having an issue, contact your lecturer ASAP. ASAP means as soon as possible. And if you're not getting any assistance with your lecturer, by all means, you contact the program coordinators. And in the chat, I've actually included all the email addresses for the lecturers. And I believe that we are very caring staff. And I promise you, as Dr. Naike has mentioned in the beginning, he said that we have a family atmosphere. So if you have an issue, don't go start protesting and go into the SRC. Please go to the program coordinator, your lecturer, and I believe there's even class reps as well. And I've shared the email addresses and of class reps. That was the e-learning zone. Then the next one is the Think Learn zone. This is where you'll access Moodle. If you're having difficulties, we can always arrange with Health staff, Simon in Lovo, who's more than happy to maybe an online session, or maybe if we restrict our numbers, we can even have a face-to-face. We may have to ask our head of department on that point. By the way, I was so happy when Dr. Naika, our head of department, said that there's free gifts, there's flash drives, and there's headphones. Dr. Naika, a question, is it for the second years and third years as well, Dr. Naika? I'm not sure if Dr. Naika is still with us.
No, we're only giving it to first years, Dr. Govender.
Oh, wow. So first year students, I think you better take advantage of this. Dr. Naika said that it's only for the first year students, so please, please go and get it. All right. Thank you, Dr. Naika, for that. By the way, Dr. Naika, you notice his title, he is doctor, he's got a PhD, and he's at NQF level 10. You are almost halfway to him, because you guys, when you finish with your certification, you will be NQF level 5, NQF level 6. And as the previous speakers have mentioned, please take the minimum amount of time. We want y'all to study, we want y'all to pass, get a job, and to pay lots and lots of tax like we as staff members do. Okay. So if you are, and let's go back to the Think Learn Zone. There's the Think Learn Zone. If I go and click on Open ID, it's going to access all the courses that I'm as a lecturer have access to. There's all my courses out there. Oh, look at this, advanced computing, information technology. Oh yes, I love information technology. Later on, I'm going to share my screen with you and you're going to see my program. I've got a MakeBit little microchip and I program my name on it. So you will have access to your courses. And again, if you are having difficulty with this, contact your lecturer. And if your lecturer is unable to help you, you contact your program coordinator. And if your program coordinator is unable to help you, then you go to Dr. Naika. And now you all know who Dr. Naika is. And Dr. Naika is our head of department. And he is responsible for ensuring the smooth running of our department. In fact, I think Dr. Naika is going to share his email address and maybe his telephone number as well. So if you are having any problems whatsoever, and you're not getting any help from the class rep, the lecturer, the program coordinator, our admin staff, you contact Dr. Naika and I promise you, he will sort it out for you. Dr. Naika, what do you say to that, Dr. Naika? Will you help our students?
Yes, definitely, Prinavin, sure.
There we go. Dr. Naika has given you the assurance and believe me, it's also recorded. So we have this as a evidence. So there we go, the Think Learn Zone. Then the other thing you all are aware of is Microsoft Teams. Now let me tell you about Microsoft Teams. This is where you have your synchronous lectures. Oh, look at that. That's all my lectures or all my courses that I have. See, IT5, information technology. Yeah, I love IT. Now, for you to access Microsoft Teams, you must log into Moodle at least once. This is what I heard from the ITSS support staff. When you log into Moodle, it automatically assigns you to the relevant Microsoft Teams classroom. But if you are having difficulties, your lecturer can always add you individually to the class. Now, I don't have to talk about Microsoft Teams because we are actually using it right now. And by us using it right now, I'm sure you are quite proficient in that. You know how to access the chat, you know how to access the other staff members, you know how to access other participants, you can send a message to them, and you can, well, even access the recordings. By the way, Mr. Luba is recording this. So after the lecture, if you want to go and access any links, it's available for you. And we'll also put it on YouTube if you like as well. All right. That brings me to the next point. You'll notice that DUT has a YouTube account. Let me see if I can find the DUT YouTube site. And there we go. There's the DUT YouTube. We all love watching movies on YouTube. DUT has an official YouTube website. By the way, I only learned this quite recently. Okay. So you can go and access the orientation program that they had in general. There's the link out there, our first year orientation 2022. And you can also listen to what our VC and our Deputy Vice Chancellors have to say about DUT. Okay, now I also love social media. I love Facebook and I love Twitter. DUT also has a Facebook site and a Twitter site. There's the link. I'm clicking on Facebook and I'm able to access any announcements that are made on Facebook. All right. By the way, I don't have to remember all of this. I can go to the DUT website and I can access all the links. So if I go and type www.dut.ac.za, and you'll notice, but because I've went to this website so many times, I go right to the bottom of the page, and there's all the links to Facebook, to Twitter. Oh, they even have an Instagram. I haven't gone to that. I think I have to go and check up on that. There's YouTube. They even have a contact number. I wonder what will happen if I click on that one. All right. DUT Online, the website is available for you. There's lots and lots of resources. Let's say you want to find out who the dean is. Let's go to, is it academic? Let's go to the academic site. I go to Faculty of Accounting and Informatics, and there's our dean, Professor Alubara. All right, and let me look for information systems. There's the information systems link as well. If I click on the information systems link, it's going to take me to our web page. Here's our web page, and we talk, and you can go and read up on what our department is all about. Let me go back to my Padlet. So if I share this link, by the way, you don't have to take down any notes whatsoever in my lecture. All you got to do is you go and click on this Padlet link, and you'll be able to access all this. And now, Ms. Gonzalez has already mentioned the DUT for Life email, and Mr. Luba has also told me to highlight this. Your DUT for Life email is your official means of communication between the lecturer and you. In fact, very soon, Dr. Naik is going to tell all of us as staff members not to reply to students' Gmail accounts, because we must only use the DUT for Life email account. Dr. Naika, you think that's going to be a rule that we're going to enforce, Dr. Naika?
Yes, we must.
Okay, great. There we go. You heard from our head of department that says that we must use the DUT for Life email account. Then Mr. Munsami has already mentioned timetable.dut.ac. There's the link out there. If you click on timetable.dut.ac.za and you follow the links, it will be able to access your lecturer's details or your venue details, and what time you're having a lecture, and all that goes with it. All right, so I want to check Ms. N. Gonzalez. You heard her mention this now, and I said, oh, there's her lecture timetable. I know when she is busy. She has a lecture on a Wednesday, on a Thursday, and a Friday, and these are the groups that she's lecturing to. All right. Then this is very, very important. Mr. Luba has asked me to mention this to you. How do you access your marks? Now, you were already introduced to this screen when you were registering at DUT, but this is where you'll find all your marks. So if I had to log in, I hope none of you saw my pin. I go and check up on my class list. Oh, there we go. As a lecturer, these are the 2 subjects that I'm teaching. Let me go and click on this link. Let me go and open my class list. Look at that. I've already have an assessment. Wow. Right? So my students can also access this, and they can also access their marks. So this is very, very important. You go and access your marks on the student portal. All right. I think I covered everything. Twitter, yes, DUT has a Twitter account. You can go and click on the link and you can follow that up. So I'm going to stop sharing my screen, and here I am. And there's my little device. I'm not sure if you saw it. I'm sitting in my office. Please come and visit me. I don't teach first years anymore. I've got a promotion and now I teach postgrad students. So I wish you all the very best. Again, welcome to DUT. You are so fortunate. As Dr. Naika mentioned, there were over 500,000 students that matriculated last year. And in our information systems department, you are the 215 lucky students. So take full advantage of it. We are here to assist you. We care for you. You are our customers. You are the students. Without the students, we don't have anybody to teach. And again, you must respect us, because without us, you don't know what to learn. All right. So thank you very much, Mr. Luba. Well done for the student orientation. If there's any questions, I can take it now, or we can have a question and answer session at the end of the program. Thank you, Mr. Luba. It's over to you.
Thank you, Dr. Govender, for the information. I want to believe you did share the link to the page that you were sharing with us and how to access the systems.